Miyamoto Musashi once said, "Do nothing that is of no use." Think about that for a moment. Your job, your family, your friends, even your dog, all of these things matter. They give life meaning and a sense of fulfillment. These are what I consider essentials. They deserve your time because they help you become a better version of yourself. But then there are other things, like hours spent watching Netflix, going out just to get that perfect Instagram shot, or traveling constantly just to show off. When you reflect on it, how much of this really adds value to your life? You might be thinking, I want to exercise, eat healthier, and learn more, but I just don't have the time. I have a job, responsibilities, and it seems like there's never enough time to do it all. This is exactly where Musashi's wisdom shines through, at least for me, about 2 years ago. I was in a similar place, trying to grow a YouTube channel and expand my marketing business, but I kept telling myself, I don't have time. The list of excuses seemed endless. I felt tired, unmotivated, and I justified it by saying, I'm making decent money, I'm in okay shape, why push myself harder? Back then, I hadn't yet embraced Musashi's ideas. His advice from over 500 years ago centers around a life focused on the essentials, helping us avoid distractions and concentrate on meaningful activities. Do nothing that is of no use might sound simple, but it carries immense power. If you want to get in shape, don't waste hours researching the perfect fat-burning exercise or finding the best workout gear. All that time could be spent working out. When you overanalyze, you drain yourself mentally before you even start. You might end up going to the gym a few times, only to quit because it feels too overwhelming. This mindset applies to almost every aspect of life. If you want to read more, set a goal to read 15 pages a day, something completely doable before bed. But instead, you might find yourself scrolling through your phone, wasting those precious minutes. Or you want to improve your sleep, but spend so much time researching optimal sleep techniques when what you really need to do is just go to bed. The truth is, things aren't as complicated as we make them out to be. We choose to engage in unnecessary activities and then complain that we don't have time. The issue isn't time. It's that we don't cut through the noise and focus on what truly matters. If you can do that, life becomes much easier. Maybe you work full-time, come home at 7 p.m. and feel drained, thinking there's no time left for the things you really want to do. But if you're honest with yourself, you'd probably realize that cutting out unnecessary activities would free up more time. For example, if your goal is to finish writing a book, you don't need to spend the first 30 minutes after getting home watching random YouTube videos or scrolling through TikTok. Musashi's philosophy becomes even clearer here. Think about how he approached both combat and life. Every movement had a purpose. Every action carried intent. He wasted no motions, and neither should we in our own lives. Instead of wasting time on things that bring no value, we need to ask ourselves, does this truly add something to my life? If the answer is no, then it's time to stop and focus on what really matters. Miyamoto Musashi once said, "Do not waste even a moment." But what about relaxation? Rest is crucial, and Musashi himself had periods of isolation and meditation. However, it's important to rest with intention. If you decide to relax, then fully engage in that rest. How many times have we gone on vacation, only to return more exhausted than before? Or spent 20 minutes trying to unwind, only to scroll through our phones and end up feeling drained? That's not relaxation, that's just shifting from one screen to another. Musashi teaches us to be as disciplined with our rest as we are with our work. If you're resting, engage in an activity that truly recharges you. This could be as simple as taking a short nap during a break, or, if you're traveling, disconnecting fully. You might want to leave your phone in the hotel room and explore without any distractions. A practical tip you can apply right away. Start small. Tonight, instead of automatically turning on the TV or grabbing your phone when you sit down to relax, think about what will actually make you feel refreshed. Maybe it's spending time with a book or just sitting quietly with your thoughts. Treat your downtime with the same intentionality you apply to your work goals. focusing on activities that help you feel recharged. Drawing from Musashi's philosophy of focusing only on what truly matters, here are a few suggestions to help cut down on distractions and get more done effectively. First, eliminate distractions so you can focus on deep work. Start by identifying and removing any physical elements that disrupt your focus. If you're trying to write a book or research market trends for your business, and your phone is a constant distraction, leave it in another room. If the people around you pull your attention away, change your work environment, move to a quieter room, step outside, or find a local library. Apply the concept of deep work, a state where you concentrate intensely without interruptions. I highly recommend reading Deep Work by Cal Newport, which will change the way you understand focused, productive work. Second, let your mind wander, wisely. Even after eliminating distractions, if your mind starts drifting, let it, but within limits. This can be especially useful if you're in a creative field. Musashi once said, "Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world." Sometimes, letting your thoughts roam isn't a bad thing. It can lead to breakthroughs or help you work more effortlessly. However, be mindful not to let this slip into procrastination or laziness. Third, write everything down. There's immense power in putting things on paper. If you have tasks you need to accomplish, like going to the gym after work, write them down. Keeping a physical to-do list turns fleeting intentions into concrete commitments. When you write something down, you're more likely to follow through. If someone invites you out but it conflicts with your plans, remind yourself of the commitments you've made. Writing it down solidifies that intention, making it harder to ignore. By integrating these approaches, removing distractions, allowing strategic mind wandering, and keeping a written list of goals, you align yourself with Musashi's timeless wisdom. His emphasis on purposeful action, whether at work or in rest, is a reminder that we should aim to live with focus and intention in all aspects of our lives. The real challenge isn't in finding the time, but in managing it by cutting out what's unnecessary and giving our energy to the things that genuinely matter. I need to go to the gym, I promised myself. This kind of habit reinforces your goals and increases your personal accountability. Ultimately, having someone else to help keep you accountable can significantly boost your commitment to achieving those goals. When you share your objectives with someone, or even schedule a session with them, you're far less likely to back out or change plans. This external accountability provides an extra layer of motivation to stay on track. Musashi's philosophy applies not just in battle, but in everyday life. Every action should have a purpose, and every moment is valuable if you know how to use it wisely. Productivity always comes down to the ability to maintain focus and eliminate unnecessary distractions. If possible, find a friend or family member to help keep you aligned with your goals. When you're tempted to skip a workout because you stayed up late watching videos, let someone remind you of your priorities. If you feel exhausted because you scrolled through reels instead of getting real rest, that's a choice you made, and one for which you must take responsibility. If you don't have anyone to support you, try to take on that role yourself. Be strict about managing your time and honest with yourself about what's actually eating up your hours. Every step involves making intentional choices that align with your goals. Musashi's advice, "Do nothing that is of no use," is really quite straightforward. Eliminate distractions and understand how they're affecting your productivity. When you commit to only doing what's important, you'll be surprised by how much you can accomplish in a short amount of time. For instance, you don't need to spend 2 hours at the gym if you're truly focused. Just 30 minutes of intense, dedicated effort can yield the same results if you maximize your time. This principle also applies to work, especially if you're running a business. The so-called gurus who promote working 14 hours a day are often spouting empty advice. The truth is, if you cut out distractions and set clear goals, you can achieve more in 4 hours of deep, focused work than in 12 hours of scattered, inefficient effort. What matters isn't how long you work, but the quality of the minutes you dedicate to that work. When you adopt this approach, you ensure that every minute you spend working is productive, pushing you closer to your goals. Musashi's words, "Do nothing that is of no use," carry immense weight. The answer to improving productivity has always been right in front of us. Time is our most valuable resource. Do you really want to waste it on activities that don't move you closer to your goals? Remember, excuses won't get you anywhere. No one cares about your dreams as much as you do. So, close those distracting apps, shut down unnecessary tabs, and start doing what you know needs to be done. Your time is limited. Do you want to squander it on meaningless distractions, or use it to get closer to your dreams? Excuses won't help you achieve anything. Only action and commitment will lead you to success. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss future content. See you in the next video.